What's up YouTube, Mr. Ferguson here once again. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Welcome to, well, I'm starting the Wednesday video early. Let's start from the top. So Friday afternoon, I shared with you guys, eventually at some point, all my videos are mixed up in my brain right now. But basically we came from the project lawn last Monday. I talked to you guys about the Jonathan Green Blue Panther Kentucky Bluegrass 3-pound bag of seed that they sent me a year ago and was like, hey, we just need to use this. It's a great time. We've had troubles with germination. We've had problems in the project lawn. Let's pre-germinate this Kentucky Bluegrass and figure out where to throw it. Later on in a different video, we talked about the best place to probably sow that bluegrass is probably my lawn, being the fact that I live here. Every day I can come out and water if I am able and choose to, whereas putting that grass up at the project lawn up at the church, not so much, won't get the water it needs. It's full sun. There's no shade whatsoever except little areas. So that's what we decided. So Friday afternoon, it's time to, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing through the bag. It looks like we've got a little bit of germination happening in the seed. Okay, let me set it out. So Friday evening, we've had no rain, obviously, let me mention that too. We've had no rain in weeks. So set out the bag, and I've set it out in this little thing right here. What I would do is set it right here in this thing and just let it drain the water through here from our bag right here. As you see, it's empty. So Saturday comes, I get up early. I should have showed you guys on the previous video where I came out. We had bought topsoil, lawn soil. I came up here by the bank, garden weasel, tore up a little bit of the bank, put down fresh topsoil, put down some new seed there to try to get that going, because the bank just continues to look spotty and nasty. It's not what I want it to look like. So we're continuing to work on that. Well, Saturday we go to the fair, and what I did was I took the seed and I went ahead and just stretched it out in the wheelbarrow. I'm like, okay, while we're at the fair, it's supposed to be 77, 75 degrees. I took that Kentucky Bluegrass, I took my yellow wheelbarrow and just, spread it out evenly, set it on the back porch. Let's let the sun dry it out. Hopefully when I get home, I can spread it. Got home, moved the seed around, still damp, still clumpy, not ideal. And I'm like, okay, well, let's mix something in it. What do I have to mix with the seed? Well, I've got the GCI 3000 granular. So let's dump that in. Well, that was stupid, number one. I shouldn't have done that. Number one, because it's fertilizer. Well, why is that a big deal? Because when you do fertilizer, you can't just spread it in the back lawn like in my mind I said I was going to do. I was just going to spread this bluegrass in the back lawn area. And now that I've done it and I went ahead and mixed it with fertilizer, well, now you can't just fertilize the back area and then get the same amount of fertilizer. It's difficult to get this exact same amount of fertilizer in the front lawn. You can do it, but you know what I mean, right? I don't want to just spread it in the back lawn and fertilize with seed and not do the front lawn. So I need to spread it over the entire lawn. Okay, fine, whatever, let's do that. Well, we come last night, wake up, it rained last night. We had a 30% chance of rain. I was telling my wife, hey, let's just set this wheelbarrow inside the house for tonight. It might rain, 30% chance. It's not gonna rain, it stinks. We don't need a dirty wheelbarrow in the house. Okay, dear. So we move it around front, put it under the shelter, and guess what? It rained last night. So here's what I'm dealing with to bring you up to speed. This is what we're dealing with. We got a mess here, and you can see the puddles that now apparently it did rain in the wheelbarrow last night. So we've got Kentucky Bluegrass mixed with the GCI, new fertilizer, and we're still not dried out. And it looks like deer hooves from where I've been raking it around, but it just looks like a mess. So I've got a mess going on here. Hopefully tomorrow, we're cool, we're 55 degrees today. We're supposed to be getting warmer this week. So hopefully by tomorrow, this sets. Somehow the Lord helps the sun to soak up some of this water and we can finally dry this out enough. Now, my other option that I could do, which is really risky because of just how I would do it, is stretch my tarp out, stretch all the seed out, and obviously it would thin it out. You know, it's not clumped up, and you know, it's about that thick in the bottom of this wheelbarrow. However, it would thin it all out, but then you got the risk of leaves coming in, you got the risk of something walking through it at night. Who knows what would happen? So I should not have mixed fertilizer, number one. I shouldn't have mixed anything in it yet. I don't know what I was thinking last night. I was tired. I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. I should have just left it as seed, moved the seed in it, but we couldn't move the seed in the house. Whatever. It's a done deal. It doesn't matter anymore. So this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with soupy seed mix. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about pre-germination and the annoyance of it. This is what it is. It doesn't matter if this is fertilizer, it doesn't matter what. This is the annoying part. Now we're not in the warmer months, we're in the cooler months. The sun, it's cloudy today, so now trying to dry this out is going to take time. And the fact that I think some of that rainwater got into the only place I could have put it last night, besides, I guess I could have put it in my shed. That would have been an idea. It's aggravating. Now, if you got a garage, you don't have this problem. You just take your wheelbarrow, you stick it in the garage overnight, you don't get it wet. It don't get to dry a whole lot, but then you set it out in the sun. So I've got this sludgy mix. Who knows what the heck this is going to be? So you got the biochar, you got fertilizer. It's just a mess, but it is what it is. I was trying to experiment. Experiment is not going well. I show you guys ignorant things I do. Hey, I'm a DIYer. Somebody else might say, hey, I'm going to pre-germinate some Kentucky Bluegrass with Pete's 3000. That's a great idea. And I'm telling you, if you do it, make sure the seed is drier and it doesn't rain on it. 2 mistakes I made. So we'll come back. I'll keep you posted tomorrow, which will be Monday afternoon after I get back from work. Let's hopefully see that the sun has dried out a majority of this. Well, guys, it has now been 24 hours since the last clip that you just saw. I just got home from work. Got a little haircut besides the stash haircut. And was very anxious, was praying, Lord, not a cloud in the sky. There's clouds now, but down in Raleigh, we had no clouds in the sky. And here's what I come home to. Puddles. Puddles still in the seed. I don't know if you can see that well. Let's come over here. There we go. It's puddles, water everywhere. I don't know. Now we do have biochar in here clearly. So is the biochar absorbing? You know, it's not absorbing the moisture. It's clearly, is it helping to keep it in here? I don't know. This is this sucks. Like, so I'm not blaming Pete's fertilizer. I'm not blaming Jonathan Greed's seed. It's a Mr. Ferguson problem here, as I probably just said. I can't remember what I said in the previous clip because it was yesterday. I'm a guy, sorry. A lot of this I might try to spread here soon, and then just do maybe some fertilizer in the front yard. Just make the best of everything but that, if this part is dry. But this is just a disaster. This sucks. This is what I was talking about. This is what I envisioned running into when I was talking about it. But this kind of is my own doing, because when I spread all the seed out, if I would have let it completely dry, then added the fert, maybe it was better. But this is worse because we had rain that night. When I mixed the fert, it's just not worked out. So I'm glad it's only 3 pounds of Kentucky Bluegrass. I don't want to waste it. I'm going to put the glove on, move this around a little bit. I mean, we had full sun today, so I don't understand how, you know, I don't see like roots coming out anywhere. So we've got leaves in here and things like that. So I don't know. It's turning into like a wet, disgusting, leafy mess. So all right, so I've taken a whole, I don't know, 5 minutes to think about this. So I've taken the top section, you see, this is just like Egyptian brick mud. I mean, it's what the Hebrew slaves used to build, you know, back in the days of Moses. That's what that looks like. We're building bricks. I think with this garbagey mess right here, this what looks like a toxic sludge of Kentucky Bluegrass and fertilizer, we're going to take that down here by the shed in a really thin area down here and just paste it on the ground and see what happens. For everything that was up here that was kind of dry yet damp, I've put it in here. Now, here's the thing. This is not going to spread evenly throughout my entire lawn. There's no way. It's so clumpy. Just to show you, like it's a clumpy consistency. So it's going to come out, but it's going to come out in like chunks, I think. But I got to do something with it. I got to try something. So I'm going to start right here by my truck. I'm going to come down and I'm going to spread this. Probably going to have to open it pretty wide and hope I don't burn my turf. So this is a experiment that is probably a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyways because I don't know. I just, this has been sitting out here since Friday night. No, the seed has been sitting out since Friday night. Today is Monday evening, and it's still soaking wet because of, yes, a little drizzle. By the way, all the rain we got was 0.06 inches, so it's not like it rained a lot. It was barely anything, but I think some of it got in here. So that's the thing. I'm going to basically spread this the best I can throughout this section of the lawn, and then turn around and maybe put in a little bit of 30-00, do a small application with the rest of the lawn so that it might somehow blend in and look the same, because again, this is fertilizer and seed, so we're basically fertilizing this. I don't want this section to look darker green, or maybe we hold off and see and then fert the rest of it and see if we can mix, you know, match the color. I don't know. This is just a disaster. This is a mess. This is a total guessing game. So I just wanted to document and show you guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll let you know. It's a mess. Look at my hand here. You see that? It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's just seed and fertilizer mess. And so I don't know what's going to happen. I will take you down here when we. I'm going to have to get the blower, blow some leaves, and then we're going to put our Hebrew brick paste on the ground and see what happens. That didn't work at all. Just too wet, too clumpy. Now I think some of it may have come out. As you can see, it just looks like a big pile of crap. It's like a big moon pie, cow patty. So what I'm going to do is just kind of hand throw this crap out right here on the edge of the woods, because I don't want to risk burning the lawn. That's my only fear in all of this, is burning the lawn with the fertilizer. So I'm just going to hand throw this crap out right here on the edge of the woods. We'll see what happens. And I'm tired of dealing with it, and it stinks. So I'm going to take the mud. We'll put that down here over by the shed. We'll take what's in the earthway, and we're going to just spread it right here by this thin area where I've been throwing out seed. So maybe some of that bluegrass will take behind the tree here and spread. Maybe not. It likes shade, it likes water. The water does like to flow through here, so maybe when it rains real hard, it'll really liven up the bluegrass. I don't know. We got to get rid of it, so let's just get rid of it and be done with it. Just a disgusting disaster. We've cleaned up, as I always told you guys, with my earthway. Let me just show you. Earthway is clean. We've also sprayed down the wheelbarrow here. So we'll find out what happens in this area where I washed out the earthway and the wheelbarrow, and we'll see if we grow Kentucky bluegrass right here. So all along, you can see, that's not good. That's a ton of bluegrass seed right there. If it dies, it dies, as Drago properly said. If we sprout up a ton of bluegrass and it spreads from here, cool. Same thing kind of over here. This section has grown grass and has went out. You see tons of seed back there. You've seen tons of seed right here at my feet. I don't really care. If anything beyond this tree, if it all dies, it's fine. It's under the shade. It's where bluegrass likes it. This is where a lot of the water washes through. This is perfect. If it kills all this, fine. If it grows, fine. I don't know. It was just a disaster. So we can always learn. And by the way, I did fling some of it in the lawn, and I flung some of it over here. As you guys saw, we spread some here. So there's some throughout the backside of this tree. So if all of that was to die, okay. So Worst case scenario, it kills all the grass that it touches. Okay, fine, we'll be fine. This is already thin. If it helps, that's what I'm hoping, that with all that seed, it'll help and spread and grow over, you know, winter and whatever. So we can always learn something from our mistakes. Number one, pre-germinating, I'm not doing it again. Well, let me take that back. We may try it one more time with tall fescue, but what am I going to mix it with? Well, number one, you need to give adequate time, and it really helps if you had a garage. It'd be a lot more simpler. You would just basically lay out your seed in your wheelbarrow or container or whatever you got in your garage, and you'd be just fine. I don't have a garage here at my little starter home. I've got outside, I've got my little porch area. It got wet. Number one, should have never mixed it with the fertilizer. I have learned with the past 2 times that I've done this, I would not recommend any pre-germination and then mixing with fertilizer. I would not do that. If it's too wet and you mix it, you're in trouble, just like what happened with me. You got a soupy, nasty mess. If it gets wet somehow, if it doesn't dry out because of the outside conditions. I had a blow dryer on it, guys, that I didn't even show you. At one point, I was blow drying, trying to get that stuff dry, just the natural seed. And then we set it outside and I come back and it's wet. And for whatever reason, not thinking, I pour fertilizer in there. When we did the soil conditioner, that's exactly what I would use. I would use something like a Magic Out Plus for your pH. I would mix it with that. I would mix it with something like a soil conditioner, like we did off Amazon. Go check that other pre-germination video from the Jonathan Green seed. That was perfect, because if it does mix well together and that spread with that seed, I let it set out in the wheelbarrow, and it was like 80 degrees. I think that had a lot to do with it, but it set out overnight out of the bag. We spread it for half a day in the sun. It dried that seed. We mixed it. We spread it. It was fine. Soil conditioner is great because the soil conditioner is not going to color change your lawn. With the fertilizer, if you get clumping and you throw it out like me, you could burn the lawn with synthetic fertilizer, or with high nitrogen urea, you can burn your grass. And then if you can only spread it in certain areas because you've mixed this much in there or whatever and not others, well, now you got a problem, because half your yard's going to turn dark green, half your yard's not. It's just not smart. I wouldn't go the Milorganite way. Now, Milorganite's not going to do, it's not high nitrogen, so you may not even notice the color change. So maybe Milorganite is an exception as an organic fertilizer, but I wouldn't even do fertilizer at all. If I was going to do it, I would do something like a soil conditioner, something like that, and mix it with the seed and put it out. But anyways, that's what I've learned. So we may try fescue at some point, but it's not worth it. That's just a nasty, disgusting mess. So again, for the third video in a row, I show you the good, I show you the ugly, I show you the disasters, and hopefully our disaster turns into a positive. We got tons of seed on the ground. It's just mixed with an unknown first time. This is a bad way to start off with a 30-0-0. So anyways, moving on from this, it's done, it's over. We'll watch it, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. God bless you guys. I hope you have a great one. Hope you enjoyed my mistakes. We'll see you next time.